Hello, Capricorn, and welcome back to Bohemian Path Tarot. I'm Jen, and today we're doing June tarot readings. I've got the Unfolding Path Tarot here, and I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle. You may know that I like to sort of fast forward over the shuffling part. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I will meet you on the other side of the shuffle for your reading. See you there. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what we've got. Oh, 10 of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. Oops, let's see, there we go. And Justice. Wow, okay. Let's get this all lined up here. Okay. So starting with Justice. Justice is all about contracts, making sure that you get what's due, you get what you're owed, making sure that whatever you're agreeing to, whether it be a job that you're committing to or someone that you're hiring, whatever you are signing up for, making sure that you get what you think you're getting for what you're contributing. Sometimes this can even speak to personal contracts too. But usually it's about jobs, whether we're hiring someone or whether we're being hired, making sure we read the fine print and having the wherewithal to be able to ensure that we can negotiate before, negotiate at the appropriate time and hold people accountable should we need to. Sometimes when we go to a boss or an employer to negotiate a pay raise or benefits or something, having the tools to be able to do that as we need to, or to be able to understand what our rights are in that situation, or what we currently have in order to be able to negotiate, being able to read the fine print, being able to understand our contracts, or having the sort of self-worth enough to know what we should ask for or what we should have. Sometimes it's about having the strength to ensure that people we hire are holding up their end of the bargain. Sometimes this is about personal contracts like a marriage contract or a divorce or child support, something like that, making sure that we are getting what's right for us or right for our family, that we are holding people accountable if they breach the terms of the contract. For me, this comes up most often because I do some sort of freelance work. I have kind of a couple of lines of employment in my life outside of the tarot. So making sure I understand, the contracts I'm signing, what I'm due, what to ask for, that sort of thing. For me, I tend to be bored by contracts. And so I'm not always great at sticking up for myself or understanding what I should understand. So for me, that's how this comes up. You may be different, but I would expect that this is coming up because you're currently in a situation, or you're about to be in a situation where you're going to need to negotiate something for yourself, or you're going to need to understand a contract so that you can best so you can best negotiate something for yourself. Now, it could be a job, but it also could be a personal, like a family situation, maybe even a will or a marriage, child support kind of thing, because the next card we see here is the Ten of Cups. And there's very much a sort of family, inheritance, being a part of a tribe feeling with this card here. And so if these two things are connected, it would very much indicate, looking out for your kids, looking out for future generations. Of course, this could also be employment and making sure you're getting the best sort of job contract in order to take care of your kids, if that applies to you. Or even making sure you get, the best, even if you don't currently have a family, making sure you get the best sort of negotiate the best contract for yourself in order to experience a sort of emotional stability. That could also be what this indicates too. But certainly there's a connection between this piece, making sure you get what's due you, that there is some sort of contract and some sort of negotiation, some sort of conscious negotiation here that is impacting some sense of emotional contentment, some sort of emotional stability in this card. Interestingly, related to this is also this kind of this Two of Pentacles, which typically indicates juggling a couple of jobs, as I kind of mentioned earlier when this comes up for me, because I have, usually I'm freelance a little bit. I'm a kind of a gig worker in other parts of my life. That is kind of a card of a gig worker too, or maybe having a day job and also picking up a side job or a side hustle, or maybe also doing a little bit of gig work or setting up an Etsy shop or something like that. But whatever you do, whatever this secondary source of income is, or this side piece, whatever you're juggling over here, make sure side piece. I don't mean that, that sounded like a relationshipy, a sketchy relationshipy thing, but I meant more like a side hustle or a side job. Whatever this secondary source of income is, or whatever whatever resources you're juggling here, it sounds like there's very much a piece about making sure that you are that you are signing up for something and getting what you're due. So don't leave any agreements kind of hazy, or even if it's with friends or family members that you trust, don't leave any agreements where you are counting on money, where you're giving away your precious time and your precious talents. Don't leave any of that, sort of open-ended, is kind of the advice inherent in this card, because it could be, in the next card here, it looks like you might have to leave something that is not what it purported to be. The Eight of Cups is typically a card that indicates something that was not working for you, or something that did not fit, or, there's typically an element of leaving something to go towards something better with the Eight of Cups, something that did not fulfill you, something that was, or maybe once fulfilled you, but that became kind of toxic. So it's interesting that we have, kind of this contract thing in the center, and we have emotional stability over here, and a kind of a toxic piece over here. And in the balance is, juggling resources and maybe juggling a couple of jobs. So it may be a moment or a phase where you have to leave a job and maybe pick up a couple of other things in the meantime, or you're kind of piecemealing it until another contract comes through. Capricorn, you know, y'all are so detail oriented and such hard workers that I know you're going to make the right choice, and you're so good at detail that I know that you're going to you're going to read the fine print and do the right thing for you. And I totally support you. I know it's hard for you too sometimes because you're so detail oriented, that it can be hard to look out for yourself emotionally when it comes to managing resources. But that's the balance. That's got to be in the balance too, is taking care of yourself emotionally as much as taking care of your resources. So I support you as you juggle this stuff, but it looks like you will have to leave something that has become too toxic and negotiate a better deal for yourself, or look for a new contract that is healthier, that has, and maybe even if it doesn't have the same pay, but has a healthier sort of work environment, that might be the better choice for you at this time. So, Capricorn, I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that gives you some validation. In any case, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a lovely June. I support you in reading the fine print and making the choices that protect your family and protect your own emotional health as much as your own precious resources. Please take good care of yourself. Until next time, bye for now.